streaming. Hopefully it all works. Excellent. Hello everyone, I'm Iron Phoenix and welcome to Skyblock, FTB Skies. This is on the FTB launcher thingy-majig. It's kind of got some similar, quite a lot of similar mods to Stoneblock, including, of course, the chipped mod, which just allows for a little bit more decoration. You know, this is from chipped. This is yellow concrete, and it's got you've got loads of different types of textures and that with chipped. It just adds a little bit more to it. And so this is a skyblock. So with all skyblocks you start with one block. I went for the compact machine starting location. Well, I say it starts with one. You can start with, I think it's like 5 different types of islands. I went for this one because I quite like the idea of just having this sort of module in the center that I can put stuff in, but I can then also pop out, and we are now back in here. Now what I need to do is progress through this book. So create mod is sort of your core mod to start with. That's how we're going to be getting a lot of resources through the sifting method. But there are obviously other ways of getting resources with create. I've also got a small mechanism set up. It's literally just my pile of machines. Yeah, just these, and I'm running off biofuel because it is the best mechanism. Power generation until you get something big like a fission generator, which is obviously what I'm working towards. But the benefit of doing a skyblock is you've got so much space. You know, Stoneblock is fun. You know, it's got quite a good selection of mods, and it's very rapid. Sort of, you know, it wants you to get to the fun stuff, and that's fine. But with Skyblock, you've just got a world to make for yourself, which and then that's kind of what I was feeling a little bit more like, sort of this sort of style of doing things. So I don't have to carve out a whole bunch of stuff, and I can implement some methods of building worlds that you just learn useful things when you're doing skyblocks, like double widthing your stuff, using cobblestone as your base for the most part, and then building on top of the cobblestone. In fact, what I'm doing here is this is actually going to be a sort of a basement level now, and I am going to start building the factory floor up here. In fact, I am actually also toying with the idea that maybe I need to go up a couple of more blocks so that this is the ceiling of the basement, and then I can go, hold on, just grab a couple of logs. So it would be grab a couple of logs. So it'll be up here like this. So the water pool will come up to this level, and I'll bring the concrete up one more. So go like that. And the reason for doing that is because then you can lay any pipe work you've got between the levels without it impeding down into the basement or coming up to the top. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I had a ladder, and I don't have the ladder that I need. So yeah, this is quite a fun pack. Nothing that if you've played sort of these sorts of packs before, it's nothing that's particularly surprising. You know, an awful lot of classic mods are in there, but there's some fun ones in there. There's some interesting ones in there, I should say. Like Elemental Craft is in here, which is a mod that I have wanted to play with for a while. But every time I try, I added it to a pack. Was it this one, or was it a different one that basically broke my game? It's a bit of a shame because I'm intrigued by it. I'm intrigued into what I can use it for. You know, you kind of got all these glyphs. Hold on. If I do element, yeah, it's kind of got all these glyphs, and we've kind of got all these source stabilizers and all this sort of thing. I don't necessarily know what it's all used for, but I do know that you can make budding shrines, and you can make these shrines which do things in exchange for elements. So that could be an interesting mod to play around with. And I think Roots might be on here as well. That's a mod that I've played with for Roots Classic. Yes, this kind of allows you to do rituals to create stuff. And it also adds in these fruit salads as well. So that's a thing. And yes, I am stripping all of my oak wood because I think the stripped wood looks better. Than just the bog standard stuff. I'll go there. The reason why I need to do this now, so this is my sort of, so this is going to be my water pool for oh dear, what is it going? So this is going to be my water pool for when I start needing lots of water, basically for stuff like steam engines and nuclear reactors. So a bit more. I'll just do all that wood. So this is just going to go all the way around like that, and then move this up with my stone pickaxe, because yeah, that's just what I'm using at the moment. So yeah, so the caution stripes will go up a bit. I'll put a little bit more grey concrete sort of around the, I don't know. I've kind of got to work out what I want for my basement ceiling. That will probably move up with the, because I want my first floor to be concrete. I want my floor to be concrete. Oh no, that's wrong. Yeah, so I want my floor to be concrete. I've not worked out what I want my my second level to be yet. That is going to have to change though down here. I'll probably move this all back a bit so that we can get a little bit more height here. Do that. This was a little bit of a last minute decision because I got up here and I was putting the mill in and just thought, actually, you know, if I'm going to do this, I need to do this now before I get any further in. So this needs to be my initial pylon out, as it were. So that goes along there like that. So get down. So this will need to be going up by 1 block anyway, this entire section. Apart from maybe here, maybe we'll kind of have some stairs down around this sort of area here. It's important to put a base on because obviously if you get creepers out here, they can really knock holes into the bottom of your sky base. That would be bad. That's why I've got the feral flare lantern up. What this does is that it creates a light source, and then it creates phantom light sources in I think a 16 by 16 radius around the lantern. So it just lights everything up, basically. Obviously, you don't really want one of those anywhere near your spawners, because your spawners need to be dark, but that's fine. I don't have any spawners yet. Yeah, so let's get these. I need this for... I don't have any. I need to make a bee hive, so I may as well just do that now. Minecraft is a world of destruction. That's what I've generally learnt with this. Put that cake in the fridge. So I need sugar. That gets me a beehive that I can put down here for now. Bees will spawn every so often. The loot bees. Oh, that's a good point. It needs to be up by 1 so that you can put a campfire underneath. So that the bees don't get angry. I don't know what the expansion box is. It might actually say. Wait a minute. Advanced beehive. What is an advanced beehive? Advanced oak beehive. Oh, that is actually pretty simple to do. There's one there that doesn't require... Oh, it's obsidian shears. I can never spell obsidian. Obsidian shears. What do you need for that? Oh, that's actually quite easy. I might even be able to do that, you know. Oh, I've actually got honeycombs. So let's make this into reality. Got everything I need. Mostly. I need some iron. I need to make some shears, which means I need iron. And I don't know where I've put it. I'll just use a bit of this raw iron and just stick it in the smelter up here. I've been putting up IKEA furniture all day today and yesterday. While it's been great fun, it's tired me out somewhat. Who needs the gym, really? It's like, just buy something from IKEA. Advanced beehive. This is the advanced oak beehive, and it just makes stuff. Good. There's certainly other things we can do with this later on. Mostly obviously I'm going to need to plan out an area where I can have like factory farmed bees. I'm not quite to that stage yet, obviously, but this whole thing is a big part of the plan. So we have our pylon that goes up here to our first floor factory. The stone will come up here and it will be turned into resources through some procedure that will be going out here. Over here will be a steam generator which will start down here, you know, using campfires and all that sort of jazz. That will come up here, that will be fed from in here. Do I have the catwalks mod? No, I do not. That's fine. I've got the chipped mod at least, so I can probably do something interesting there. So get the water right up to the top. So this will have multiple sort of the copper pipes. It will have multiple copper pipes dipped into it. So I should have space for 3, 6, 9 of them without them interfering with one another. So that'll be that. In fact, I could start. So quite a lot of what I'm doing at the moment is some kind of what I call grey boxing. So I'm very, very quickly putting together a sort of a prototype. Now, people like online, they usually say, "Now let me just go over to my creative world," and I do know people who do this. I've never liked doing that myself. I don't like this idea of, oh well, I need to work out how this thing works, so let me just nip over to a creative world. I think for the like the mega projects that people do online, it's certainly worth sort of messing around with the color palette, obviously, beforehand, and getting a sort of a basic idea of what you want to do. But yeah, I've always preferred to just kind of, you know, I'll just do it in game, and if I mess up, well, I mess up. Yeah, it's not a bother. So this is going to be. I don't know what this ceiling's going to be. As I said, I'm going to have to work that one out. I'm thinking something maybe metal, like if I can create lots of iron, which I can do with create. Maybe that will be the solution. In fact, let me just have a look to see what they want us to do with create. So, a lot of quite basic stuff here. Should probably make the engineer's goggles if I've got the string to do that. I do. It's 1 gold and 2 of them. And let's just put those together, because these are rather useful. It's one of those things where it doesn't really mean much, but yeah, it's on now. So what this allows, you know, I can just look at it and I can see what the stress units are. That's going to be quite useful later on down the line. Right, so this needs to go back by a couple of blocks, I think, to about here. Because that will then give a little bit more space. just put these in here. Obviously, the goal is to have all this automated, so it will go up. It will go up here. Right. Yeah. So it'll go up here and then get milled into gravel. And then some of it will go into, this is the point where you have to start doing brass stuff, because we need to split out the resources so that it's all going to different places. So I'll need a mechanical mixer. That's gonna be, yeah. There's a lot to do. So I need to make a new pick because I've just broke mine. 2, 3. Use these sticks that you just get given. Yeah. Make an osmium pickaxe. Be nice to get the start getting the water tanks in. That's right. So working out where we need to go. So probably need to go a little bit further forwards. Probably to about there. Let's have a look. So I think if we go that one, that one, that one, that one, and then get rid of that block for aesthetic reasons, so that it doesn't look like it's cutting into the area. So that comes up there, that goes into there, that goes into there. We have one going over there, and hunt around for this iron again. I don't know where my iron's gone. It's kind of oh, there it is. Right. This needs to go. Oh, I need more of these because I need to also put that down there. Get these in. Right. So that's that. That can make us the coal we need. Put these into here. Right, so I need. Oh, I've got the coal. I've got the coal I need. And I bet I've got the sticks I need. I just need some logs. Of course, this week has also been quite a dry week for, gaming news. There's nothing to talk about. Woo. I'm sure some games were released, but I doubt there was any drama with them. The one that I'm waiting for next week is, oh god, the I Am, the cozy survival game. I can't remember what it's called. I Am Survival or something. I can't remember. Basically, it's like perspective. What I would probably consider to be like perspective style. 3. And you play as just some guy who's woken up basically after a wild night, and it's a few thousand years in the future, and you're trying to work out, what's gone on and why and all that. So that looks kind of cool. I played the demo of it, and it seemed to be kind of fun. So yeah, I think that would be alright. Allows for a couple of blocks around it, because this is going to be quite tall. Oh, it's also got Spice of Life on this, or something similar to Spice of Life. So basically, by eating foods, you have the potential to gain hearts, permanent hearts. So I've got 4 permanent hearts added so far, and that was from eating, I think it was belladonna, one of the things I ate, and I got some hearts out of it. So what's next? The joys of sleep, of slight sleep deprivation, when you're when my mind's not focused at the best of times. I find I need to have projects to kind of keep my brain sort of functional, sort of on task, as it were, and it can be quite a challenge. Right, so this goes into here and then into here. Although I was building something on stone block, and it's just like it's mad. And I hoped, well, what I am actually hoping to do is bring some of what I was working on stone block onto this map, just because I've got a lot more freedom to build stuff. The vibe that I think I'm going to go for is something like BioShock Infinity. That sort of style of airbase type of thing. So like BioShock Infinity without the problem of it being BioShock Infinity. I've got a lot of issues with BioShock Infinity. It was nowhere near as good as the first 2. The first 2 were these excellent sort of quite psychological horror games. Not a huge amount of enemies. When they were sort of these quite sort of big set pieces. But everything was just done just right in that game. It wasn't in your face. None of it was particularly in your face. And then BioShock Infinity came along and just kind of made a game and sold it off the back of the excellent first 2. And people give BioShock 2 a bad name, a bit of a bad rap. I don't mind BioShock 2 at all. Certainly maybe a bit different. Maybe a little bit linear, or a little bit sort of straightforward, I guess, compared to the first one. Maybe a bit more of a different game. A little bit more of a shooter rather than a stealth game. But BioShock Infinity was... the core of it was fine, but the story just went completely off the rails. And not in a fun way either. In a way that made me think that they'd read a book about time travel or something, and then kind of thought, yeah, we want to do something like that, and just almost like fan fiction almost on time travel. It was, I didn't get on with it at all. And some people will. Some people will probably really hate the idea that somebody doesn't like BioShock Infinite. It's not that I didn't like it. For the most part, kind of fun, I guess. decent core, but the story just let it down. It tried to be too, I think a little bit too pretentious, a little bit too sort of, well, we're better because we do things. I didn't get on with it. I didn't get on with it at all. So yeah. Right. When this is done, when this is made, where do I want this to go? I'm not sure yet. That's going to need to be a little bit... what I might do is I might take it out the side here and kind of like take it out the side and then sort of roll it along. That might also be quite beneficial if I add more of these. If I add more drills. I don't know exactly how I could add more drills though, because the way that the cobble generator works is so the way the cobble generator works. Everyone's seen a cobble generator. I don't really need to explain a cobble generator too much, but basically, in short, you've got lava, a source lava up here, and we've got a source water up here. When they meet, they create cobble. They create stone. And as you can see, we've got a drill in here that very, very slowly drills the thing, and it turns it into cobble, which is picked up by the belt and taken into the system. If I add more of these, which in theory I could do, and I may also be able to shrink the size of this thing by using there's the igneous extruder, which will basically do the same thing that this does, and there's also this material fabricator or something, which may also be a way of making large amounts of cobble. So if I was to add more of these, I could just have like a belt that just picks it up, all of the gravel, splits it, sends some of the sand on down to the next system, and some of the gravel into the sifter. So that's kind of where I'm at now, but that's fine. That's working. That's what I wanted it to do. I need to make some more andesite, which means, yeah, this is something that I think I can automate, but I need brass to do it. I think so. But by shift right clicking on a dirt block, you get pebbles and dirt. This is the only way to make dirt early game. There may be some methods of doing it later on. But I think all I really need to do is get to the brass age, make deployers, and I think I can make it shift click, because I can do that works as well, just kind of tapping it. So I can make a deployer, shift click some dirt, and then I can get more dirt in theory. Why did I need this dirt? I needed the dirt because I needed to sift it to get andesite, because this is the only way to get andesite, only it's not. I think there is a create method of doing it. Yes, yeah, by compacting andesite with lava, gravel and flint, that will make andesite. There's also the stonework factory, which would need water and lava. the material generator. Oh, the quarry bee. That'll do it. Gonna need to work out how to do productive bees. Especially when you get stuff like andesite scaffolding. Andesite doors. Ooh. Can make doors. Create's just had a bit of an upgrade, I think. I don't actually know what version this is on. But yeah. Alright, so looking at these things, I need andesite. Put the dirt in there. Where's my stuff? Okay, I'll just make more dirt. I just got very unlucky. Dump of soil, turn that to that. Run outside, get stabbed by the berry bushes. Might have been because there was gravel in it or something, I don't know. But yeah, this does all need to be automated a lot more. Andesite chunk. Do I have any andesite chunks already? Yes, I do. It's not much, but it'll do. I think it'll do for now. Oh, that only creates one. That won't do. Is there any other way of making these alloys? Yes, there is. Because, so my thinking is, well, if it means 2 andesite, 2 nuggets, that's the same recipe but with less effort. So that's probably that'll be my solution. And going forwards, this is going to need so much automation. Still, I think this is going to be quite a fun pack to be playing around with. The stone block's a little bit quick. Yeah, I kind of got to the point where it's just like, oh, okay, I need to build some quite advanced machines now, and it was quite slow going without EMC. This could be quite a fun pack to continue on with. Maybe I'm probably going to end this stream here. Actually, it's probably going to be quite a short one. Next week we'll probably return to skyblock, and yeah, there's some potentials here, I think. Ooh, here we go. Okay, so if I look at a bee, I will get these things. Okay, by combining a grindstone with that will get me to centrifuge. I am really going to have to look into this one, because this is going to be where quite a lot of my sort of base resources may end up coming from. So yeah, I think this is going to be quite an interesting pack to play around with. But I think I'm going to end this video here and go eat something. So yeah, it's going to be a bit of a shorter one for today. But if you're interested, if you are interested in this pack, it is on the FTB launcher, not CurseForge. Feed the Beast launcher. And it's called FTB Skies. And it's just a skyblock. There's like other sky islands out there for you to explore. Fairly sort of standard set of mods: Magnism, Britannia, Create, being your sort of core mods, and then there's some other bits and pieces. I've also now have a horse, which will probably be moved somewhere. All these, so this land, the delightful dirt, come from mob grinding utilities. This spawns passive mobs in a 5x5 area. I've penned them up because I don't want them escaping. But with combining this with like maybe something like industrial foregoing, which is in this pack, I believe. Yep, it is. Which would be your it's just quite a good one for animal ranching and all that sort of thing. Actually quite a classic mod. I can't remember what its original name was, but it was like in the Growing Skies all that time back, and it's it's obviously changed its name to something else now, but probably different mod, it's a different mod. It's a different author, I believe, but the core idea of it is very similar. But yeah, anyway, I'm going to stop streaming now. So with that, I will say thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time.